Hey Brixheads, Scott with 36 Bricks here, and this is my city. Let's check it out. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Sweet. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Hello, 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 everybody. Hope everybody is doing awesome. I am doing good. Had a couple hiccups yesterday. As you could probably notice, the lighting is a little different. Hold on. Let me set my mic. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. That's better. That's better. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry. Okay, and I shut the echo off. So, as you can see, lighting is a little bit different. um, so had a hiccup last night. We had a severe thunderstorm, and it knocked out all of the lights in here. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It literally broke all the lights. So let me kind of show you around the room a little bit. I'm just gonna use my face camera, but essentially, as you can see, everything is dark other than. Um, am I doing that right? Hold on. Other than that light over there and this light above my head. This light above my head, I actually that was a spare light that I had. I bought one more than I needed, so it was still in box. But all of my other strip lights just went out on me. Let me get the. So this is the lighting situation. Yeah. So I mean, I have a ring light over here, that at least shines some light on me. But if I was to shut that off, as you can see, this side of my face is really really dark. So I have ring lights that I usually use. That's gonna help. Uh, okay, I'm like, get back to it, dude. So yeah. So fun stuff. So I've ordered new shop lights, because all of these are dust. I've tried plugging them into outlets. The light that does work that was in the box, um, I plugged into other outfits or outlets. All of the outlets work. Something about the LEDs busted. So yeah. So I had to order a new case of those. And those are on their way. I should receive them Friday. And because they're a different light system and setup, most likely I will be changing the lighting up a little bit. So we'll see. I'm gonna see how it works out. Um, but like I said, I don't know how it's gonna work. So that's kind of where we're at. um, because these new lights, they're a little different and they can actually like link together. You can actually plug them into them and actually have a full ring like row. So it's like I might only need one outlet for the entire like thing. I'm not gonna do it that way, but yeah. So right now I have an outlet in the middle of every row of lights, and I have how many rows of lights do I have? One, two, three, four, five. So I installed five outlets, one outlet for each row, um, which is great, which is fine. But essentially I don't need that. And how I have the outlets are in the middle so that you can plug into the middle and then stretch out from there. Well, that's not really needed with these because they can link together, so you only really will need it on the one side. It doesn't really work, but I don't know, we'll see. So that's where we're at. Fun stuff, right? My luck. So today I'm just gonna be sorting. I'm gonna be relaxing. If you guys have something that you guys want to talk about, whether it be Lego, movies, or anything like that, we will be doing that. Um, hold on one sec. Yeah, but I can't. Right, but hold on. Layer above. So I will be building two train tracks, but I need to figure out how to build them. So it looks like there is a layer above of plates, above the mills and or in between. Sorry, in between the mills and the track itself. Sorry, I'm talking with my buddy Mark. We're doing a collab for my lug, and I want to make sure that I build these correctly. So, hey, SBCSS, how's it going? Stecia, wow. How is it going? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Long time no talk. Um, how's everything going? God, it's been forever, Stecia. How are you? Sorry, I'm trying to read a buddy's chat so I have an idea of how I'm supposed to build something. But yeah, what's up? Again, it's been forever. Um for those that don't know, Stecia is a good friend of mine. We don't get to talk all that much, but I've known her, gosh, for uh 10 years at least. God, that's aging us, correct. This is so I can run tiles under the curved track selection and keep everything on the same level. Okay. Um yeah, so fun stuff. So like I said, how's everything been going? What have you been up to? Huh. How are the little ones? Well, they might not be little so as little as um as I kind of remember them to be honest. Okay, I need that. Okay, so essentially for today, in addition to just chatting, I will be cleaning everything up. I have been building a lot of stuff lately, and because I've been building, like my whole area down here is a mess. Like everything around is a complete and utter mess. They are not little anymore. The preg photos we did, he's 6 now. Holy cow. Wow. Wow. That is awesome. But scary. I mean, so he's is he first grade? He's first grade. Wow. Yeah, so he's like first grade. If maybe second? No, he's not second. Please tell me he's not second grade. Knowing that he's your little one, he's probably smart enough to be in second or third grade. But okay. So like I said, today is just kind of a cleanup day. Like I said, I've been doing a bunch of um I've been doing a bunch of builds and and making a mess. A mess. We need to do a family pick soon. I should get back to work, but definitely want to catch up. Um I want to catch up first grade. Okay. So here's the thing. I am actually not allowed to do family pictures anymore. Not on my own. Um, and if you have time, I can explain. Let's see. When is your next live? I try to live stream once a week, every Wednesdays. I've been most Wednesdays I do try to go on starting at 7 a.m. But my concrete time is 9 a.m. But because of the heat, I've been trying to go on earlier. But this morning I wasn't able to. But if you have a couple extra minutes, so um, I can't do family pictures on my own anymore. I can't do family pictures. I can't do seniors. I can't do individuals or anything like that. Maternity pictures really can't do anymore. And the reason why is because I accepted a position as a dual studio manager for Redlands and Moval JC Penney Portraits. So unfortunately, I can't do them on my own as it's a conflict of interest. Does that make sense? So yeah. Unfortunately, I can't. As much as I want to, I can't. And I just got that job. I've actually been out of work this whole time, and I just started this job like 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't do family pictures and stuff like that anymore, without it jeopardizing that position. It's a conflict of interest. But you can definitely come to the studio. We can definitely do family pictures there at the studio. You at either one. I'm mainly at Redlands. Um, Redlands is my kind of base, and then I go to Moval like once a week, if that. I'll run the extra plate later on the edge of the track just to lift them up. Ballast one by one round tiles are on the same level as plate. Okay, so I'm gonna do this real quick and take a picture and see if I can make sense of this. um um that makes sense. Congrats. Question mark? It is I mean I like the job. There's obviously there's its hiccups. But yeah, I do like the job. So no question mark. Congrats. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Who's this guy? Yes, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Well, are you quoting when you do that, are you quoting Grease too? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Yeah, but Stacia, I know you have to get back to work, so I totally appreciate you showing up. It really does mean a lot. I still have the same cell phone number. If you have my number, give me a call. We'll work out the details. Nope, more like Madonna's "Who's That Girl?" uh, okay, so essentially, we're just it's a chat and clean moment. I've got a mess of everything around here, so I've got to put stuff away. Matt, you weren't here to for me to explain what's kind of going on with the lighting situation. So as you can probably tell, it's a lot different lighting from what you normally see. The reason why is because we had a huge thunderstorm. It was really weird. We had a thunderstorm last night or yesterday. I was out here finishing up a build, and all of the sudden, uh, like all of the lights went off. And my mom was in the house. She said they didn't have a power outage out there, but whatever happened, all of the lights in here flickered, and only one of these strip lights came back on out of the 12 that I have mounted. Um, all of the other 12 strip lights are dust. So, one light came back on, surge of some kind, maybe. Yeah, something happened. Everything in my garage shut down, and like it was like a split second. Um, but only one of the LED strip lights came back on and now works out of the 12 that are mounted. Yeah. So luckily I had this one that was still in the box. Um, and I was able to put that above my head. I should have probably put it there, but whatever. Anyway, I have it above my head on this side, and then I have a ring light over here, or it would be super dark or darker. So yeah, so not exactly sure what happened. All I know is now my garage only has two lights that work instead of the 12. I have placed an order for 10 to come in because they run in sets of 10. Good news is it's only going to cost me like $70. Yeah, wah wah. But the good news is Amazon had a deal. It was normally like $107, but it was like 40% off, or 20 to 30% off or something like that. So I got it for $70. Um, and 70 to 80, whatever it is. And then they are on their way. They should be here Friday. I should be able to pick them up Saturday. Or my wife should be able to pick them up Saturday as I have to work. So yeah, fun stuff. So anyway, I am gonna build two train track ballasts um, for a collab, and then outside of that, I'm gonna be cleaning today. Um, because I've made a mess of my desk and haven't really been focused on cleaning. So we're gonna do that. So hope you're having fun, Matt. Uh, yes, I know I still owe you um, a shirt. I haven't mailed it out yet, uh, but I should be able to mail it out today. Actually, my entire workspace is still a mess. Uh, perpetually. Why are you using big ass words? Perpetually. Perpetually. Oh, you want to see something else cool I got? I got a couple of these little fans. Normally in the heat, I have this big ass fan that's a tower fan. Now, the good part about the tower fan is it actually creates cool air versus this doesn't. But um, I got these because these work really well too, and they're pretty inexpensive. So, got those. But those are going in the studio. I'm gonna have one or two here, but I picked up a few to put in the studio. But yeah, so that's what today will bring. So essentially, I'm gonna build some ballasts real quick, and then we're gonna clean up. And I'm gonna build first because some of the stuff that I have out here is gonna go on this. So let's trick or change up the view, and we're gonna do. So um I need some plates. Do 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 do. So how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody is doing awesome. Hope everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you want to be neat. I don't even know if that's the. No worries, dude. Just let me know so I can keep track. I will. Most. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to send it out today. Um. So yeah. I don't like that. That should be a 1 over. Where my hammer at? All right, cool. Hey, Britain's Bricks, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I'm doing well. I'm at work till midnight. Ooh, that sucks. Not the singing. Yes, the singing. Um, wow, Britain Bricks, that sucks. Well, I mean, it's good that you're working because if you're working, you're getting paid, right? So that's kind of a cool thing. Um, and I'm sure you appreciate getting paid. Getting paid is always good, right? But yeah, that's depending on the job. I mean, what time did you start? Your time. I mean, was it? I mean, are you putting in a 12-hour day, or are you putting in a 16-hour day? Like, what kind of day are you putting in? Okay. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you want to be neat. I don't know what I'm singing. Okay. One, two, three, four. Ah. Okay. Free Lego is better. Hold on. Uh, so how's Scottsville coming along? Well, now because my lights are out, not very. There's nothing going on. No, but so I'll get into that in just a second. Free Lego is better, lol. Nah, I started at 4 p.m. So it's a regular 8-hour one this week. Wow, that is a ton of parts. Oh, yeah. Let me transition back so you see it. Yeah, and they're all, other than the top row, they're all sorted individually by part. I do have some stuff on the bottom row that I'm still in the process of sorting, but everything on the very top is all individual parts in those mass quantities. Um, and then everything is organized per part. Um, the top two sections are brick, the middle two sections are plates, and then the bottom section, the top of the bottom section are tiles, and then the very, very bottom section are kind of miscellaneous parts. But yeah, fun stuff. Fun, fun. We're having fun, fun, fun till the parts get taken away. Okay, so there's that. And then I still have this one to do. And I've been building a lot, so the parts are some of the parts are kind of diminishing, which is good. But yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be there. Is it a Bricklink store thing by chance? No, it's actually not. I'm just that nuts. Yep, nope, it's not. It's not a Bricklink store. No, it's Matt's fault from Brooks Bricks. Matt and Greg. Greg Matt via Greg turned me on Ooh Baby, Ooh Baby. And for to do this system, let me just bring this over. Matt and Greg can confirm that he is nuts. Yes. So it's Matt's fault. It's Matt's fault. Matt made me nuts. Okay. Let me put these in. More the other way. Yeah, so I guess Greg found the the cabinets, the 9 drawer. He does bigger drawer cabinets, but or yeah. Well, I do the biggest drawer um just because I know I have a lot of parts. Um but there's like 30 drawer systems and all of that he does, which is great. Um I know that most of the parts that I have, hey, most of the parts that I have are in large quantities, so I just opted for the larger bins. He and I got different types, and in the end, we both leaned towards Lowe's Craftsman ones. Yeah, it's like I like them. I know that like I've seen the Acro Mills, but they're super expensive. Um, and so I agree with the Craftsman style ones. Um, okay. So here are the ballasts, and now I just kind of have to decorate around them, and do the actual. Okay, so where's my boy's picture? Okay, so um, let me ask just to verify. Um, Well, he's got a lot more track than I do, so or there's a lot more track involved, so it doesn't make sense to ask that question actually. I was going to ask if they all have to be light bluish or reddish brown, but they kind of do because it matches everything else. So I'm gonna do the ballasts on these. He's done the 2x4 plates versus all I have is a bunch of 1x4 plates, which I'm probably going to be running out of because these Western builds are taking a lot of them. But that's okay. But yeah, so we got them at Lowe's. You can actually also get them on Amazon, but for the most part, they're slightly cheaper. So there's pros and cons. So sometimes you might be able to find deals on them on Amazon, and it's the same exact brand, but maybe they're for Black Friday or something, they're running 5% off, 10% off, something like that. Uh, Same with Lowe's, they might have deals from time to time, but I've actually never seen them do any kind of deals on them. But the reason I like ordering them from Amazon is one, I live out in the middle of nowhere, and it's a good 30 30 to 45 minutes to get to Lowe's. And sometimes they'll say, "Oh, we have 9 in stock," but then um there's only one, they can only find one. And so it's that it's that scenario of what's it called? If I order on Amazon, they're gonna have the quantity that I want, and they do have 2 packs. So they're gonna have the quantity that I want, where I can just order however many I want. So I just caught up on my Bricklink store question, LOL. So this is your personal collection of parts just for fun, and Matt has a lot to answer for. LOL, that's a collection to be jealous of. Yeah, so no, it's not a Bricklink store. It is just my personal collection to have fun with. Um, hey, go big or go home, right? But yeah, Matt does have a lot to answer for. It's Matt and Greg. It's not just Matt. It's Matt and Greg. And don't forget, guys, please like, share, and subscribe if you like my content and want more. Please consider joining one of my memberships, as every little bit helps and goes right back into the channel. If you like if you like t-shirts and stuff, I do have a merch store. Check it out on the YouTube side. It should be in the description. If not, you can always go to the About section or check out the merch store via the homepage. Britain, don't listen to him. He went crazy buying tons of PAB and lots of bulks. I just gave him advice on a nice storage system. This is true. Actually, uh, however, I have not actually bought in bulk for me personally in a long time. Uh, because it's just a pain in the ass, to be honest. It's more expensive to just buy the, you know, to just order from Lego or whatever or Bricklink, but it it lessens the stress. Man, if I went this big, my wife would kill me. Well, here's the thing. Yes, I have an amazing wife. She puts up with me. Um, but I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't really don't have friends that I go out and hang out with. Like I don't go to a bar, I don't bowl, I don't like this is my hobby. And it's one of those things where it's like I obviously like I don't buy Lego if it affects the household money. If we can't afford it, we can't afford it. Um, I have been able to find a lot of bulk buys on like Marketplace and OfferUp and stuff like that. That is really how I got the majority of this bulk, but it has taken me a long time to sort everything. And what it ends up boiling down to is do I have the time, or especially now, or is it worth the time? Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? Anyway, I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. No, sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid or am I stoned? Hey. Sorry. Um, so no, but yeah, so that's the problem with bulk is it takes a lot of time to sort. It also takes a very long time to clean and get cleaned properly. So you're just the innocent. Wait, hold it. LOL. Okay, bricks. LOL. So you're just an innocent getting blamed. LOL for the obsession 36 has. Isn't it never ending thing Lego sorting? It is. Well, especially if you are buying bulk. It is a never ending sort. Now, if you buy directly from Lego or you buy parts from Bricklink, then the parts are pretty much already sorted because you're not going to buy 1,000 parts, right? When you order from either of those, you're only going to order like, you might order 100 of the same part, but for the most part, the number of individual parts um, that you're buying are like you might buy 10 parts. You might buy 1,000, but uh, it's still 10 parts, right? So that is, it's easier to sort. But where the issue becomes is if you have bulk lots, or if you are like me, who when they build, they just throw everything in a bin instead of sorting everything out, then that takes forever as well. 1,000% Britain. I had no role in him buying anything. Gotta love Green Day. Yeah. Um, we just saw it was like a Green Day cover band at a local like amphitheater, which was really, really cool. But I buy parts from Bricklink and I buy random job lots from eBay. Though the sets I do own are from birthday, anniversary, Christmas, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. So when it comes to, I mean, like, so for a long time, and I still do it from time to time. I don't do it that much anymore. But what I would do is I would buy like four of one set, like four of the same set, and then combine them to make it a modular or bigger and better, right? Like so for like example, the Daily Bugle, I bought two of them and I combined them. Well, when you're doing something like that, you end up with a lot of extra parts. Well, the smart thing to do, which of course is not me, the smart thing to do is to sit there and um hold on. The smart thing to do would be to sit there and before you like are done with them, what the hell? There you are, Peter. Um, the smart thing to do would be to sort them right away. But a lot of times I just throw them in a bin, like they're all spread out all over the table, and I throw them in a shoebox bin to sort later. Well, that becomes a problem when you're 20 bins deep and they're all one by one parts that you have to sort. That becomes tedious. Um, so once I get everything sorted, which, like I said, I still have a lot to do. Once I get everything fully sorted, then what's going to end up happening is every time, like, I will be sorting all of the parts as I go if I have extra. I just really can't do it otherwise. Okay, so does that make sense? I mean, sorting is a forever ordeal. Um, I'm not a mock builder. Yes, you are. I a set rebuilder. It's a real joy to bring life back into vintage the 60s, 70s, 80s Lego sets. I have more joy with the 60s. Dude, if you were I'm assuming Britain Bricks, you're in Britain. If you have monorail, you're more than welcome to ship them to me. Actually, no. Well, if you do ship them to me, um, I will hook my buddy Matt up because my monorail parts are actually custom built and custom created. So it doesn't make sense for me to get the regular ones now. All right. You want is there another? There is another. But that is all parts that won't be there. I am, sir. So yeah, if you come across like 90s monorail parts and you're willing to ship them to me, I will disperse them to my buddy Matt, or you can just ship them directly to Matt. LOL, no, I'll keeping that. LOL, I don't sell my parts. You don't sell your parts on OnlyFans? I mean, Bricklink? Anyway. So yeah, so that's kind of what is going on a little bit with that. All right, so Matt, shall we get back to your question? If you even remember what the question was. I'm gonna do a bunch of these at a time. I don't sell it all, I only buy. For the most part, that is the case with me. I have had to sell a few things. Um, I don't typically sell parts. Um, there's a couple reasons for that. Unless it's something that like I know the person, um, or like, um, it's a situation where they only need like a handful. Most of the time, I like my buddies. Like if Matt, for example, lived, you know, a half an hour away from me instead of a half a country, well, the whole country away from me. Like if he ever needed parts, I wouldn't sell them to him unless it was like an overabundance or he's doing it all the time. I'd just say, "Hey man, what do you need?" and give him the part. Um, but so I don't typically sell parts unless it's something like right now I am selling but again, no offense, but I'm only selling it to trusted people. I am selling my roller coaster track parts because I just have a shit ton of them and I was going to use those as monorail parts and uh then I found the fact that I can have them custom made and that's like a game changer for me. So I don't need them anymore. So those I'm selling, but I typically don't sell parts. I have sold a couple sets. Like I have the Disney Castle I've sold. I had the white and red roller coaster set I sold. But yeah. No, it's just how he reads oh, hold on. Hey, Mike, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Yes, please. Hello there. I have to stop saying LOL because it sounds awful when people read it. I hear you. Who was it that was always needing uh from the train tracks? Damsels in distress? Britain, nah, it's just how he reads chat. Still sounds worse than it does out loud than it does in my head. Right? Well, but that's the thing. Like, it's funny because my daughter, she'll read it, lol. And I'm like, lol, it's not a word. LOL. I just say LOL. But like, I know kids nowadays, like laughing my ass off, they'll literally say, what is it? LMAO instead of LMAO. Um, I just like saying laughing my ass off just because it sounds better. But yeah, I mean, let me look up that picture real quick again before I continue to take this shit off. Okay. Greg's handle, lol, Lego literally is a play on that, because he says lol, like lol. Well, that's not fair though, because he's like, where is he from? He does have a slight accent. So, like, that's totally understandable. That why how he says it. Yeah, Rhode Island. He's got a Rhode Island accent. Okay, I need if I can get more dark gray, that'd be great. I know I have a whole tub of them somewhere. Light gray too is fine. I know I'm gonna be adding rounds to the probably good with that. Okay. And this is the other thing I have to do. Like I have to practice putting the colors back and all of that. So what are we making? So this is essentially so Matt, sorry. So I am in what's called a lug. I'm in a couple different lugs. Lug, if you don't know what lug means or stands for, it means Lego User Group. We're recognized by Legos as builders. We do events, we hold meetings, all that kind of good stuff. All right. So we are doing Livestream. Low. Uh, essentially what happens is because we do events, like brick slopes, like my fellow lug members with Lug Vegas, they were currently or they were actually showcased a couple times on Beyond the Brick this last weekend because we had brick slopes. I wasn't able to go to brick slopes, but uh they were showcased, which is really really cool, by the way. Anyway, so we do, like I said, we do collabs and stuff like that. And I did a um I'm gonna Matt clip this. Low, low, low. Uh low, 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 low. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, so anyway, so we are doing a Western collab for Brix Vegas, which is an A full run event in Las Vegas. It's a free event. It's not like the other events. And the reason why it's free, quite frankly, is because they're They're just starting out. So essentially, what is happening is they're having fun, and we're doing a bunch of collabs. So we're doing a city collab, we're doing a pirate ship collab, a medieval village collab, a um, a castle collab, a Lego Friends collab, GBC collab, all of that stuff. Why, Matt? Why are you giving your email out? Oops. Oops. Anyway, so yeah. Um so fun stuff. Anyway, so I've done I'm doing a west I'm part of the Western collab, or Wild West collab, and part of the collab you're required to add train tracks. So that's what I'm currently doing. Is I am building the train tracks for the build. So I have built, and you guys will be seeing this on my YouTube channel coming up in the next few weeks. I've built I turned the castle in the forest into a castle on the island, or on an island. So I've done that. And then I built a old western. Um, it's a barber shop on one side, and the other is a mustache hair care store as a nod to 10 Million Ways to Die in the West. And so I built those. So that's going to go across. The collab leader is in charge of the roadway, and then on each side is going to be train track, because there's a train that goes around the whole thing. So I am building two parts of the train track. It is I've put them together, but it's basically they're going to be like far apart from each other, one on each side. So that is what's doing. So how soon do you need to get this done? So all collabs, they're wanting to do trial runs right now, but I just started a new job that requires weekends. I am allowed to ask for one weekend off, or one weekend day off a month. But Brix Vegas is in October, so I've already asked for that time off, and I'm good to go. So I actually showcased that I needed that time off in the interview. So technically, these need to get done. All the collabs that I'm doing need to get done by October. But I'm pretty much I'm due. I've done a couple already. I might do a couple more, but my actual goal is, if I have Monday off, which I think I do. I think it's paid holiday for me. If I have Monday off, we're gonna shoot up on Monday and do it. If not, then I'm gonna go up solo on Tuesday and drop everything off. Do you feel under pressure for doing things like this? No. It's all volunteer. If you get it done, you get it done. If you don't, then you don't. I mean, it's not paid or anything. Like, so it's one of those things, like I said, if you're able to get it done, great. If not, then you're just not involved. I don't think I could do that, essentially a mock. I'm not all that creative. Stop. I'm gonna tell you to shut up right now because you are. What's holding you back from doing these kinds of things is the fact that you keep saying that you can't do them. Oh, I'm hearing my babies. We have a couple red-tailed hawks that live in our trees in the front, and heard them. Um, it's a lot of valuable time though. Yeah, but I mean, you're building anyway. It's not like you're not building. I mean, I'm still having fun building. Britain, never say that. Anyone does anything with Lego can be creative if they truly want to be. See, exactly. That's the thing. Where there's a will, there's a way. I love that sound. I haven't heard them in a while. So, like, I love the fact that I'm hearing the red-tailed hawks right now. Yeah, exactly. Anyone can build, you just got to sit down and do it. Yeah, anyone, yeah. Somehow even that 36 bricks guy can be creative sometimes. Hyper low. Low. Yeah, I mean I can be creative sometimes. Not all the time. I do. There's moments I have there's moments of genius and then there's moments of that shit sucks. But I mean that's the thing. You realize I have that clip. Hold on. You realize I have that clip saved now and things will be done with it. I wouldn't have done it unless I knew you were going to. I didn't say I can't do them. I'm just not creative enough to whip one up, lol. I built a via picture of the set if there are no instructions, but for the most part, I need instructions. No, you. Okay. I mean, look, convince a man against their will, they'll have the same opinion still, right? We can only tell you, listen, if you put your mind to it, you can get it done. But we can't convince you unless you're willing to be convinced. So and hey, Daylight Bricks, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, I appreciate you. Um, Anybody can mock. I mean, essentially, a mock it stands for my own creation. So, I mean, if you can create something, even if I mean, creating something is still uh just putting two parts together. That's the most basic creation, right? So, I mean, anybody can do it. I mean, as far as being creative, okay, so I mean, if you had unlimited parts, you're telling me that you couldn't look at a building and replicate it? What are you building this day? I am building train tracks for a lug collab build, for a Wild West lug collab build. And I'm just adding parts to, like, for rocks and stuff like that right now. And then once I'm done with that, then I'll add shrubbery and then that'll be it. I'm done. But I mean, anybody can build a mock. Now, I'm not, I mean, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So, I mean, if, you're the only one that can say that can truly say if the mock sucks. I mean, yeah, other people can have their opinion, but I mean, it's your opinion that matters. But, I mean, I honestly think, like, because if you want to start mocking, the best way to do it is to start with a set, which you're already doing, and then just change it. Now, yeah, technically that would be classified as a mod, or modification. But, I mean, that's fine too. That's fine too. You start modifying it. And then you get to the point where you modify the whole thing and now it's a mock. But anyway. So, in the famous writings of Adam Sandler, you can do it! If you want. But we won't hound you anymore. So, shall we revisit Matt's question? Mocs is nice to do. Absolutely. Because I said we'd get back to it. But we haven't. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, this is what I'm building. I'm just right now I'm just giving contrast colors, so I'm throwing in um the light grays, dark rays, dark grays and all of that to resemble rocks in on the train tracks, and then I'll do shrubbery and stuff. Okay, so that's done. It's part of my autism mate. I need instructions or lists and such things. Yes, I can slap things together, but I like following rules and instructions. Without these things, I'm lost. It's a curse. No, it's not. It's not a curse. That's totally fine. That is totally fine, my friend. Like I said, we're not about pushing anybody into doing something that they're not interested in or it's not within themselves to do. But even with your autism, I think you could. I just in your case it might be a little bit more of a struggle, which I totally understand. Britain, nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Feels like a curse to me. Well, I can understand how you feel. Yeah, I mean I can understand. Doesn't mean I know that feeling, but I can understand it. That's a cookie, not a tile. Well, it's a tile, but yeah, so well, that's a good piece to throw in there. I have plenty of those. But anyway, so yeah, so essentially what I'm doing right now is just placing contrasting colors in different shapes to showcase rock work, different changes in coloring and all of that, just to give it that added texture. Just to give it that little extra pop. And I know it's hard to see from down here, but once you start like looking at it a little bit more. And it's kind of funny because the majority of like stuff that turns out, it's actually like more about kind of being random. You know, you just place stuff randomly all over the place and it just naturally comes together. Oh, I'm interested in Mocs. I admire people who do them, and some are done extremely well, but my mind is dead set on making official sets. I even started with sets with lowest piece count. That's how bad it is. I understand. No worries. You know, as we like to say, it's all about what works best for you. I mean, whether it's, you know, functionality or, you know, whatever the case might be, it's whatever works, you know. The great part about it is that Lego can be enjoyed in multiple facets. So, you know, have fun with it. That's really the bottom line is just having fun with it. Sorry, Brooke, this is my fault for sidetracking him with explaining. No, 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 no. You're good, man. You know, we can shove bricks to the or bricks Brooks to the curb anytime we want. I promise. Okay, so that's good on that side. And then now we will do the randomizer. Let's start placing these. This is gonna take like all of my parts. That's okay. But again, as you can see, I'm just throwing random, you know, pieces on here just to kind of give it a little bit of life. And I didn't add any brown over here. So we'll add brown. And then, of course, like I said, we have to do shrubbery and stuff. And that's it. But I think what Britain is referring to is going back to Matt's question, which we have not gone back to. I don't even know if Matt remembers his question. Ooh, that's the dark. Be right back. History of parts or sets, that kind of thing. That makes sense. I mean, like I said, totally fine. the good thing is that no matter how you enjoy Lego, the key is that you enjoy it. It I mean, who's to say anything else, right? As long as you enjoy it, it doesn't matter how you enjoy it, as long as you enjoy it. And that really is the determining factor. Back. Guess who's back? Back. Brooks is back. Back again. Brooks is back. Brooks is back. Brooks is back. Ow. All right, so we are moving right along here. I've got a couple more pieces on this one, on a couple more rock pieces on this one, and then we will be solid. Welcome back, Brooks mate. Put some of this color over here. I don't have any of those. Okay, so I think this is done other than the shrubbery. I just have to add like a little bit of shrubbery on either side, and then that'll be good. Now we have to add all of the little pieces to this. And again, all we're doing, I mean, it's pure random. Like, there's no pattern, there's no set way of doing it. It's really just all about being random. Imperfection is perfection, right? Good color choices. Thank you. So yeah, and I'm using this is what I'm using. I'm using dark bluish gray, light bluish gray, nougat. I've thrown in brown, like the reddish brown. I've thrown in dark brown from time to time, and then the dark orange, just to give it a little pop. And then a couple times I've thrown in black to signify like maybe the train has oil drops or something like that, and like it's leaking oil from time to time. But that's essentially what I'm doing. And again, they're just periodic. And every once in a while I'll throw in like a silver, you know, just as a contrasting color. Have you another's project to build? For the collab, I mean, I always have projects to build, but for the collab, I'm not sure if I'm going to do any more. I have time, but I'm really not sure if I'm going to do any more. I've participated in 3 because I didn't do a video on these, but one of the collabs is like a patchwork quilt, and so I did like I did this one, which is like Thor's shield, and then I did this one, which is Iron Man. And then I did this one, which is like Hulk. And then this is supposed to be Thor, but it just looks like a bunny. um, so I did those, and then I did. You'll see videos that are going to be coming out in the next couple weeks. I did Castle. I turned the Castle in the Forest Bricklink designer program set into Castle on the Rock, surrounded by ocean, or Castle on the Island. And then I've done two primary builds. For the Wild West, I did a one building, which is it's a one store modular building that is a barbershop slash mustache hair care center, or sorry, market, not center, as an homage to 10,000 Ways to Die in the West. And then I also did a two-story hotel, and then now I'm doing the train tracks. So I'm hoping to go next week and drop everything off, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty confident we're going to go next week, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get anything more done because I've been working a lot. So, gotta love jobs. The pay is decent. That's going to be good once that starts coming in. Okay. So don't really have any more. Oh, I can do this side with the light gray. And that's the thing too. The more mock building I'm doing, the more parts, or like my parts will start to dwindle down, which I'm fine with. I mean, the parts are meant for building. But I do have a lot of projects in the works. It's just having the time, especially now, to actually sit down and do them, because for the most part for my current job right now, I have um what's it called? I have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off every week. Um, and of course, there's only so much time in the day. Like Monday or the other days, for the most part, I work all day because like I have to be in at either 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. and then I'm off at like 7. And then, but it's an hour drive one way, an hour drive back. So like if I have to start at 10, or it's technically if I have to start, if I open, I'm 9:45. So I have to leave my house by like 8:30. And then if I'm off at 7, if I'm off right at 7, then I'm not home until 8 or 8:30, depending on traffic. So it's like the only time I have to build is at night. And I might be just so tired that, I don't want to build, especially if I have to work the next day and I know it's going to be a long day. So, but yeah, I mean, you always have projects, especially like, to be honest, like if you're doing content creation, you always have projects in mind that you want to do, and people might like and you want for your city, and so you kind of plan ahead. That's why I said like the builds are already done. It's just the videos won't post because I'll only post one regular video a week. But then I also do like the YouTube shorts and, try to play the game that way. Best part of being a mock builder, new ideas. Absolutely. 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 Okay. So I need this color. I don't think I need these colors, but I need this color. I don't see anything else. And again, it's really just kind of random that I'm placing these. There's really no method to the madness other than I'm trying to like diversify the coloring and just make the randomness pop a little bit. Mm. And then again, I still have to add some kind of shrubbery. Shrubbery? Yeah. Shrubbery. Um, I don't plan on adding a whole lot because I don't have a lot of the darkish color shrubbery. And in the desert, there's a lot of shrubbery, but it's like different, if that makes sense. Okay. One more right there. Okay. So cool. So now we've got like some rock work. Now we just kind of have to add shrubbery. Now, shrubbery can be a little difficult because you have to have certain pieces. Like some shrubbery, like this piece here, is a standalone piece, right? Like that piece right there is a standalone piece. The reason why is because, of course, you have the ability to clutch on the bottom. However, this particular piece is not a standalone piece. It needs an assisted piece, right? The reason why is because it needs like a 1x1 stud with a hole in the middle. It needs a 1x1 round tile with the pin piece in the middle. Like it can't just you can't just I mean you can lay it there, but then there's no clutch, right? So that's when you have to kind of start being creative with those other pieces. Okay, so this I'm going to clean up a little bit because all of this is in my way. Hmm. Matt, what are you hmming about? Now I have a ton of these gold uh 1x1 studs with the holes in the middle, so I'm going to use those. Again, slight contrasting color when you pair it up to the other. Just agreeing with your statements. Oh, okay. Uh oh, that was more like a mm-hmm instead of a hmm. So again, and it's all about randomness. Turning things different ways, turning things like it's the desert, so I'm not trying to add a ton of these, but and plus I don't have that many of them, to be honest. I have the I have a ton of these. I have a ton of those. If it'll focus, probably won't focus. I have a ton of these, but I actually don't have a ton of these. So I'm gonna use those like sparingly. But the other piece I will use more of. I mean, it's really about using what you have. Okay. Oh, I didn't even turn on any music. Okay, so I do need more. Let me see. Let's see what I have in here. Oh, swords. And again, like I just it's one of those things where I have a lot of the sometimes I have a lot of these random parts. And it's like, okay, well, I'll use them, right? And you know, when you have contrasting colors, it just makes it more realistic. As long as they're realistic contrasting colors. Like, you're really not going to see a lot of bright green in the desert. But you put it in from time to time, and that's okay. You're not going to see a whole lot of flowers, but sometimes you will. Throw in a cactus, maybe. Yes! I can't tell the black cat about you. It's which makes me sick. For the summer, for the summer. I can't wait in the clock eating finch. If I had a wish. It's summer, since it's summer. Okay, I'll set this down for now. See what we have. Throw in again some I mean, like I said, there's going to be a little green, but not much. Okay, back to the gold since I have so many of those. Since that's all right. And then, like I said, you throw some things in close. And like I said, with these, they don't have to be the same because they're on two sides of the track. So you could have, those slight differences. Oh, it's on TV. On the stage and on the star. Where you are. Okay. Should we add a little bit more? Let's see. Like 3 more pieces? Okay. And some of it is just, quite frankly, I have. This is how many pieces I pulled out. Let's use those. Oh, I pulled out too many pieces? We can fit a couple more in. You know what I mean? Okay. And then, of course, we take a picture. Or a couple pictures. All right. And then I'll do video to add to a video. I probably won't do well, maybe I'll do a separate video on that. On both of these. All right. I got to post them on Discord. 1, 2, 3. All right. So those will transfer. And now I get to clean up. Look at that. So proud of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I built some shit. And I actually, Matt, you should be very proud because on one stream, I started and finished a build. Ain't that some shit? In fact, just give me a minute. I need to go to the restroom. All right. So I will set those aside. I probably will do a video on that. And then I'll just have fun. Crap. Okay. Yeah, those turned out good. Those turned out good. All right. So we will set these aside and then we will start cleaning up for sure. All right. Okay. It shouldn't take me that long to clean up just because most of it's already suborganized and stuff. It's just a matter of like putting the stuff where I go and then um we'll raid out and go from there. So does anybody have any plans this weekend? Anything exciting going on? These are all printed tiles. Anybody excited about any of the official sets dropping soon? Uh, I'm keeping myself on a pretty tight budget, to be honest. I may buy a Lumberrex sit soon. Nice. I I am kind of trying to do the same. Not not that I'm trying to buy Lumberbricks or anything. Uh Although there are some pretty cool sets out there that they have. But oh, I could probably combine that. In fact, I will. Here. Um but there's a bunch of sets that I know I have to buy or get before they retire. So, like, I mean, we're trying to knuckle down and really take out a lot of our bills that have kind of stacked up with my new income. But it's also one of those that we're trying to gradually pick up the sets that I have. I need to make a list. I have a list of the stuff that I want, or I need to make a list. Sorry. What the hell? Where are all these lids coming from? That sorry. There's quite a few sets that I want, but it's more along the parts. And again, Matt, you haven't. I keep alluding to you asking the question again, but you haven't asked the question again. You kept dodging it. No, no. I told the one and only time I did ask at least once more. Oh, I must have missed it. So, Matt, your question is, how's Brixville going? Or what did you call it? Scottsville? What did we actually like? That's so. It's been so long since I've actually called my city by its name. I don't even remember the name of my city. I know Dion was the one. LOL, yeah, Scottsville. Okay. Scottsville. So the ask the question again officially because I want to make sure I'm asking what you're or I'm answering what you're asking. I just call everyone's city by their name usually. Yeah, I don't even like I said it's been so long since Dion actually named it. I can't remember what he named it. Scottsville is fine. I mean, that's a real city, Scottsville, Arizona, but I mean, it's fine. Brooksville, that's a little close to Brooksville, which is what sure is. Thomasville, that's like a brand, a company brand, I think. But anyway, ask your question again so I can answer um based on the words you're actually asking. Just curious about when you think you're going to actually arrange things into a more final layout of sorts. All right. On that note, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on 36 Bricks. Just kidding. Okay. Soon, actually. Sooner than you think. So outside of the light problem, that was actually going to be a plan in the near future, meaning within the next week or so. I had ordered a lot of parts. Essentially, what I was waiting on is I want to start the mountain range and the waterfalls first. That was my goal. because then I can build my city forward. So the mountains and the waterfalls are going to be in the background of my city. And then I can build forward. And I needed the rock work. I needed the rock pieces. I have a ton of merps, lurps, and burps, but I didn't have the assisted pieces for like the extended rock work and the waterfalls and all that stuff. Now that that's come in, I can actually start working on that stuff. It's going to go in stages though, because my plan, I have to kind of build it up. It's going to be, so my mountain range it is probably going to be 3 or 4 feet um off of the table. So I do have sections that I've built, um, that like that way it's not like basically support pieces. So my plan has always been to start with the mountains and then move forward and get to the beach, depending on what sections I have. I want a river that goes through my town, which I've showcased in the past. If you've ever seen pictures of Spokane, Washington, they have waterfalls that go through, and we're not talking little waterfalls, we're talking plummeting waterfalls that go through their city. Um, and there's bridges and stuff like that. And so I've been building stuff along the way so that when I finally get those parts, I can do it. And I don't even know if I have enough parts to do it all, but we will get there. So that is the deal. And that's the other reason why I bought the materials so that I could build the other table. Um but that's why I haven't built the table yet, is because it's like, well, or I've procrastinated with building the table because it's that situation of, well, why build out more tables right now when I don't have anything to fill it and I haven't gotten a chance to get the parts that I needed. Yes, it is the joke. And I mean it has it well, it's yeah, I mean you could say that it's been years. Um it's been about two, maybe 2.5. But I did have my city laid out several times. Um, and I did have the buildings positioned. And I'm also toying with what roads I want to do because I really like the masonry roads that I've seen. And so I might do like each masonry road uh different color. So like, instead of regular roads, with it, which is basically tile, it's going to be the masonry bricks, but it's going to like each street is going to be a different color. So you'll have, you know, red red road. You'll have, red brick road. Um, I won't have yellow brick road, but dark bluish gray, light bluish gray, tan, dark tan, nougat, like all of them will be a different road. I will see how that goes. I don't know if I'm going to have enough masonry bricks for all those, but like I have all of these ideas in my head, but I just got to get through them. And then that's the thing too. So realizing what I'm doing or wanting to do, are some of my builds just quite frankly too big for the city? Like the Grand Boutique Hotel. Is it honestly just too damn big? I mean, you're talking it's uh what, 2.5 feet tall? Because it's 5 stories and it's 4 base plates. Like, I will probably be ripping that apart and tearing it down. Um, and I might just rebuild the boutique hotel as is and then be good. So that's like those are the things that I've been like contemplating. And that's again why you probably have noticed like some of the builds I have not gotten back to. I want to stick with the modular format, but like even like my my hidden side high school, like it's so big. The police station, it's just so big. Um that it just like it's just ginormous. The church, just so big. I don't, and I'm not talking like just, I'm just talking mainly depth. Like the fronts are fine, but as far as all of the rest of the stuff being so deep, just makes it that much more deep, like bigger. I just, I'm going to end up with not enough space, and I'm, I'm getting to the point. This would follow me. I'm getting to the point where it's not like I can like build out. I mean, it's like I have my greengrocer and then I have my uh my my red masonry brick grocer. I love the build, but take that away and I have one more build. I can add one more building. Like the Grand Boutique Hotel. If I cut it down to 2 base plates, that's 2 more buildings I can make. Now I can make buildings to match. Brick built roads are pretty cool though. Yeah. Um, the church, I can add the cemetery to the back of the church or the side of the church. Um, Most likely to the back of the church. Um, what's another one? The police station. It's just so big. It's just so big. That's 2 more buildings I can add. I've got two downtown diners. I'll only need one. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of stuff. Because it will get to the point. Because the mountain ranges, you figure those are going to take at least 2 base plates each, if not more, depth wise. Like so that cuts everything down. So I just got. I mean, it's a process. Okay. It sounds like you actually have given thought to moving the entire thing forward as a whole. Hold on. And what impact your builds will have, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a flyby. Like I have been thinking like, okay, logistics wise, how am I going to continue at the rate I'm going? Like But yeah, no, I mean, trust me, dude, I've been giving a lot of it a lot of thought. And it's just a matter of being able to get it done and do what I want. And and I've said this from the start, right? I'm not going to be that guy, not to name names, that changes their city every 24 hours. And I'm not throwing shade at anybody, I'm just being honest. Um and I probably will have to, change things up from time to time. Oh, ugh. But I mean, that's always going to be the nature of the business or the nature of the beast. Is okay, I'm gonna, I have to change this around or change that around or what have you. But hey, there's no shame in changing your city every 2 weeks. No, I mean, but anyway, so that's kind of, like I said, trust me, man. Like I've been racking my head on quite a few things. It's not just been I've been trying to figure out, like, okay, I officially want to do it this way. I officially want to do it that way. How do I get that? Okay, I don't have the parts to do that. Or it's also that, like, because I've had merps, lurps, and burps um for a long time, right? I've had those for my city for a long time, but it's the adaptive pieces to make it look like real rock that I don't have, or I did not have. Now I have them, and it was a lot of it also broke down to, like, there's quite a few pieces that I have that I didn't know I had because I didn't have everything sorted. That's why I spent time doing the blue brick planning I did. Exactly. I mean, it is a real situation when you're trying to plan a lot of this out. And 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 it's not just the rock pieces. It's not just the rock pieces. It's all of the other pieces that go with those rock pieces, like the tree pieces, the leaves, the tree branches, like all of that stuff that you want to incorporate. The detailing, yeah. And some of it, like the parts, you just pick up randomly. But then other times, and yes, I'm not sorting these the way that they should, but to be honest, I'm actually running out of time. Because I have to go to work tomorrow, and there's a lot of stuff I have to get done. Anyway, all right. All right, who do we want to raid to? Ooh, they're building Rivendell. English?
Oh, damn, that is a big candelabra.
Yeah, let's raid into this person. They are currently building the Rivendell, Lord of the Rings Rivendell set. That is, that is a set like I'm looking at more and more that I really want, but it is just expensive. It is very, very expensive. All right, guys. So there you have it. We got quite a few things done today. Super excited about the builds and what's to come. And there's a lot of things in motion. I assure you. Rivendell is my number one set. Loved it. And that's the thing. Like, I could easily just leave that alone. Like, if I bought Rivendell, I could leave it alone and put it at the top of my mountains. Or I could, like, make something into it, but I'm not sure. That's where I'm like, but it's an expensive set. Isn't it like 400 plus dollars? But I'll probably end up buying it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Really do appreciate all the love and support. It really does mean a lot that you've taken the time, energy, and effort to hang out with me, chat with me, put up with me. And it does mean a lot. So, again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like my content and want more. Please consider joining one of my memberships, as every little bit counts. And don't forget, I definitely have a merch store. Check that out as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on 36 Bricks.
Oh my god, welcome. Welcome, Brainerd. What are you building? I can see you doing like